Of okay. I'm gonna talk about it right now on the live. A Repub. Wait, hold on. Say that again. Actually, no, no, no. Let me not even do that. So let me. I'm looking it up right now. Republicans.
Look it up because it was just the one video, but it looked like it was in a courtroom and they was like debating about it and shit like that. And he wasn't trying to get in depth on why, but it seems like nobody asked for it, nobody ever brought it up. He just decided that you know what, we don't need to learn about consent.
Really? So, all right. Let me put this in my search bar right now. Let me put it in my search bar. Do you mind if I put you on speaker?
Yeah, you can be. Wait, are you live?
I'm live right now. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't
No,
know
no,
you
no,
were
no, no,
live.
no. I think this is a good topic. Do you mind if I put you on speaker?
I would rather not.
No. Okay. 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 All right. So, what is the story? Senator wants to remove consent.
Republican state senator
Republican state senator
removes consent from sexual education.
consent. Okay, let me just put in that because I can't be spelling all that. Change in Indiana sex ed bill removes consent discussion requirements. All right, perfect. I'm about to talk about it right now. Thank you. All right, but I was looking for a third topic anyway. I'll talk to you later. Bye. What up? What up? What up? What up, y'all? We live? What's shaking, man? We live right now? What's shaking and baking, everybody? Hold on a second, bro. Your boy, your boy getting topics. Listen, bro, it's breaking news out here with Breathe Easy. You understand? It's breaking news all day, every day. You know what I mean? Hold on a second. You know what's the first thing we gotta do? We got to make sure the audio's ready. We got to make sure the audio tight. We're talking about a few things tonight, all right? We're talking about DJ Vlad. DJ Vlad just apologized. Hold on. Is the audio even right? Hold on, bro. I be jumping into this. Y'all remember when I used to start my lives with no audio? Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. We live, baby. We live and we direct, y'all. We talking about a few things tonight, all right? We talking about Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe is in some murky waters right now, bro. Your boy Breathe Easy got to walk some things back. All right, y'all know I may have been jumping out the window, but no. You know what? We'll talk about it. You know what I mean? I'm not walking everything back, but your boy was jumping out of all type of windows. There's some audio that just leaked today that does not look good for Mr. Sharpie over here. You understand? So we talking about Shannon Sharpe. And apparently, oh boy, about to settle right now for like $10 million or something. I don't know what's going on. You know, it's breaking news whenever Breathe Easy's live and direct. We also just got some information about a Republican senator, all right, hot off the presses. Okay, change to Indiana. Oh, did I say that SEX word in the beginning of the stream? Oh my gosh. We gotta. Where did I get my YouTube license from? All right, looks like they want to take consent out of sex ed. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. I just learned about this 5 seconds ago. All right. And then we also going to be talking about wait, what's the third topic? What isn't that in the title? Hold on a second, bro. Your boy Breathe Easy. Oh yes, DJ Vlad. DJ Vladimir Putin out here. Nah. This is serious. DJ Vlad just apologized. Should we start off with that first? DJ Vlad just apologized to Minister Farrakhan on the Willie D live conversations channel, y'all. Big shout out to Willie D doing his damn thing, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I want to be just like Willie D, man. I ain't even gonna hold you. So we're gonna touch upon that. But you know what? I think let's start off with the Shannon Sharpe. Is that what's on the screen right now? Is that that's what's on the screen right now, y'all? Let's start off with the Shannon Sharpe. Listen, if you're watching this live, make sure you like. If you're not watching this live, make sure you tap in and still like. Regardless, the like button doesn't change. All right. So if you guys remember, Shannon Sharpe was throwing shots. All right. He put his accuser on blast, released the text messages, the freak receipts, as some would say. But some damaging audio just came out today, y'all. And before we get into Shannon Sharpe was nearing a $10 million settlement with the accuser before the bombshell lawsuit. Oh, so he was about to settle. Oh, all right. All right, so let's talk about it. All right, let's talk about it. But before we talk about it, I want to make sure you guys hear the audio. Let's all be on the same page where we left off last night. I got to keep the same energy if I'm keeping it real with myself. You know what I mean? Because old boy looked disgusting in this audio. All right, listen, but I'm not. All right, let's listen to it together. You know what? Let's listen to this together. Shannon Sharpe responds to his accuser. Shannon Sharpe. Okay, no. Oh, was that a shade room? Oh, no. Audio's right here. Audio's right here. Let's pull up. Let's pull it up on the screen, y'all. Yo, I appreciate everybody tapping into the chizzy, man. Listen, bro, your boy doing his 1-2, buckling his shoe. All right, we on Instagram right now, about to hear this audio. Let's see what's going on with the boy Shannon Sharpe.
Say you're just gonna like get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
what does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a dick to me now, so
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
oh Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna fucking choke the shit out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Okay.
That's not me pausing.
I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do.
Hold on, what Shorty say? She said, but I don't want to be choked. And then he responds with, yes, you do. Oh, man, this is a bad look, Shannon Sharpe. This is a bad look. But then again, if you remember the text messages, she did say but all right, hold on. There's more audio. There's more. Oh, wait, here we go. Hold on a second. Let's see what Shannon Sharpe's response to this whole situation is before we get into this.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million.
I didn't even know Shorty had an OF, known as Carly on. Oh, okay. We might need to look it up, see what's going on, do some breathe easy investigations, y'all.
Getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans.
You know what? Actually, hold on. Let's switch up the tone a little bit. As a matter of fact, because we got some. There's some. It's getting a little serious now. You know what I mean? Based off of what Shannon Sharpe said over the phone. I mean, somebody coming up and saying, "Yo, this man did X, Y, Z." The last thing you want to look to the public is aggressive towards your accuser. You know what I mean? So she releases this audio. So although Unc looks bad in this audio, you know what I mean? Looks very bad. But at the same time, two things. Actually, there's a few things, This doesn't necessarily sell it to me that because he said that everything this woman is saying is true when it comes to the unconsensual, you know what I mean? He was holding me down, doing all this. How many minutes are we in the live? Because your boy can't be talking too greasy before the thing gets spicy. So, when you think about it, you're like, all right. So he said this is wrong. If she said if this woman comes out and says, yeah, like this man, nah, because I'm contradicting myself right now. Because I was about to say, if this woman came out and said, yo, this man put hands on me, I would be inclined to believe her. You know what I mean? But she's coming out and saying another action. Yeah, you know what? Nah, because here's the thing, though. Like, why does she seem so comfortable on the phone? I'm not saying like, yeah, like when it comes to the unconsensual, like I don't see nobody getting that off on you, holding you down, taking your womanhood. I don't know if that's how you call it, but I don't see nobody doing that. And then you just willy-nilly on the phone with them still. You know what I mean? I don't know. Plus, in the text messages, she did say she liked to be choked. So I don't know in what sense, for all we know, maybe Shannon could have been talking about. I'm not trying to make excuses for old boy. All I'm trying to say is rape is a stretch still, actually. Like, nah, we gotta separate. He might put hands on that woman, though. I'm not gonna hold you. He might, if that woman come out and say, yeah, this nigga be choking me, beating me, I'm inclined to believe her. But the rape, it's like, yo, get that, he should be underneath the jail, and everything is still thing. But we gotta, he's not in my, like, this comment right here says, we standing beside Unc. I don't know about that yet. Now I need more. You know what I mean? Now I need more. This muddies up the waters a little bit. I'm not going to hold you. And actually, hold on. We got to get into the next topic of this topic, which is the settlement. Okay. Apparently they was trying to do a $10 million settlement before this whole thing went public. All right. So hold on a second. Let's pull up that article real quick, because we need to do some struggle reading real quick. Shannon Sharpe nearing a $10 million settlement with accuser before the bombshell lawsuit. Lawyer claims. All right. So let's see what's going on. Do y'all see the screen? Hey, yo, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you like the stream. Let's push this stream out to as much people as possible. Shannon Sharpe was in the midst of mediation with the woman who was accusing him when she filed a civil lawsuit against him without warning. Okay, so I guess they was in the midst of negotiations. Maybe something broke down. All right, but how do you negotiate your womanhood like that, though? I don't know. All right, let's read it. In a virtual press conference addressing the matter Tuesday, Davis said his client was willing to pay the plaintiff at least $10 million in a settlement for her silence. It was a big surprise to a few days ago when this case was filed. Davis played a recording of Shannon Sharpe's statement released on Instagram Tuesday, calling it a shakedown by his accuser, and denied allegations against his client. David also said Sharpe's accuser took advantage of his very lucrative contract for his Club Shay Shay podcast that was recently reported. Sharpe was sued a day before Front Office Sports reported that he is expected to sign a deal for his Club Shay Shay podcast. Oh, so he got, I know what happened. All right. This is probably what happened. She probably didn't know about the deal, and they was negotiating. But then again, though, if I'm getting accused of that, I would $10 million. Is it going to cost you $10 million to fight it? Now I got to question his motives. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. If she takes this to court and you know for a fact that you're innocent, instead of paying her but then again, the story goes away. If he pays her the $10 million, he's not paying. It's not a matter of cost. It's a matter of the story going away. Okay. So he's paying for the story. Okay. So, all right. So boom. So Shorty probably found out about the deal and said to herself, 10 million isn't enough. You understand? Or, you know what I mean? The other part of my brain is like, hold on a second. Nah, but then that doesn't make sense, though, because it's just like, yo, bro, when I think of, I be watching too much Law and Order SVU, bro. That thing is, they be making y'all, the victims of these type of crimes, I'm expecting you to be wrapped up in a blanket in the fetal position, starving yourself to death. You understand? Like, these are the images that I think of. So I'm like, yo, how you going to negotiate? I mean, I'm $10 million, though. That might make a lot of things go away. But you can get the 10 million and still put them in jail. That's what irks me, though. You know what I mean? It's like you would win. You know what I mean? Like if this is really what happened, trust me, every law enforcement agency would be salivating at the mouth to get a big prominent figure, a black man, get him locked down for some allegations like this, bro. Like you could get the money and put him in jail. So there's so many things. Just boom, boom. What are y'all think? Who's in the building? Y'all in the building? Crystal. Crystal, what up, Crystal? Yo, it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope live to step to. Hold on, Crystal's in the building. Long time supporter of the channel. Yo, Crystal, whose side are you on? You know what I mean? I need to know, bro. I need to know what y'all thinking right now, bro, because it's spicy. I ain't even gonna hold you. Big shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure you like the stream, man. Like the stream. Hit the litty for the titty on the chizzy, man. So boom, I'm over here like, all right. And and right before the deal, if you're about to sign $100 million deal, 10 million is nothing to protect that actually. Oh, so nah, I can't see, because because I'm such a real, like I promise you, bro, like I wish somebody would have, yo, bro, I'd fight it, bro, and I'd drag you. If I know I'm innocent, I would never cop out to that. But then again, it's like, I don't got $100 million deal on the table. You understand? So Shorty probably found out about the deal, said, nah, 10 million isn't enough. I need more. And said, this is the time to strike, because if he closes this deal, he has no reason to pay me. You understand? So you got to think about it from her perspective. She's on a time limit. Shannon Sharpe is running off the clock. Shannon Sharpe got $100 million deal the day before she filed the the day it was announced that he had this $100 million contract on the table. The day after that, Shorty over here filing the lawsuit, because she understands if he signs this contract, it's a dub. It's a dub. Yo, bro, it's over. Oh, why is the screen so small? Yeah. Let's bring it up. Y'all, hold on a second. So it's like, so boom. That seems like to be what's going on. But let's do some more struggle reading, bro. Let's see what's going on. Her knowledge that Mr. Sharpe's about to receive a very lucrative contract, David said, she knew that. Oh shit, that's exactly what I just said. She knew that, took advantage of it, and I described this, in my opinion, that this is a classic definition of blackmail that gives the greatest leverage to blackmail. Sharpe denied all allegations and of coercion or misconduct in a statement through his counsel to the Post on Monday. The ESPN personality did name his accuser in text message documents in a separate post on X. In her complaint, Jane Doe alleges Sharpe committed assault, sexual assault, battery, battery, and engaged in intentional infliction of emotional distress. Yo, bro, like, nah, that's the thing. Like, she must not have brothers. Like somebody in your family should be telling you to put this man in jail. You know what I mean? Like, these are the struggles. These are like the tug of wars in my brain. Rocky, consensual relationship that lasted nearly 2 years. The plaintiff, who is more than 30 years younger than him, alleges Sharpe brutally assaulted her several times at the end of 2024 and in the beginning of 2025. But how though? Because she messaged him on January 1st. Nah, bro, I'm sorry. Nah, bro. Actually, I might still be standing with Unc, as a matter of fact, because you can't tell me, because I'm over here thinking, because I know that, because we read the text messages last night, and I'm not even trying to cape for old boy, but this just doesn't make sense. Yo, you got to put yourself, am I missing something? Hold on, who's in the building? Oh, Crystal responded. What's it about? These hoes be yo, Big Show, yo, this is why I rock with Crystal heavy. Yo, Crystal, like, yo, these hoes be lying, bro. Wait, can I put, yeah, these hoes be lying. Listen, I don't know, Crystal. You know what I mean? Because right now it's seeming a little suspicious, bro, if you ask me. Homie said, she said, yo, he did this brutally, assaulted her several times at the end of 2024. So that's before the text messages that we read last night, and in the beginning of 2025. Well, it doesn't get more beginning than the 1st of January, the first of the year, which was when she was asking for the money, when she was asking for $25K a cheek, bruh. Come on, man. Yo, I'm sorry, man. Now this doesn't, who put this out? Her team put this out? No way. Whose team put that out? Nah, bro, that makes you look even worse. I'm sorry, but let me tell you guys something, because I've been you know, a lot of people has been, I guess Shannon Sharpe isn't liked. I guess Shannon Sharpe, I guess y'all don't like Shannon Sharpe. I'm not a sports guy, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I'm just entertainment or whatever. So I'm not sure what it is that people don't like about him. I'm not fully understanding, but regardless of that fact, though, we got to look at the facts, though. You understand? And something just doesn't sit right with me, man. Like Crystal said it. You know what I mean? Don't Crystal said it. You feel me? I gotta make that hashtag for a t-shirt. You for damn sure do. Hey, make that. We gonna post that up, Crystal, for real, because they do be lying. You know what I mean? So boom. Hold on. Is that it? Her knowledge. Oh, I read the whole thing. Oh, okay. All right. So is that the latest on Shannon Sharpe? Okay. Let me see. Hold on a second. Is that what's Shannon Sharpe response to his accuser? Little Uzi Vert. Is that? Oh yeah, Boosie has something to say about it. Yeah. Before I move on to the next topic. Oh no. Wait, hold on. My bad, y'all. Tony Busby filed the lawsuit. I thought Boosie. Oh, is that on the Shade Room? All right, maybe we will move on to the next subject. As a matter of fact, or maybe that was on the Shade. Let me just make sure, because you know your boy. Oh, this is the Shade Room. No, this is. Oh, no. No. Okay. No, let's go on. Yeah, let's go on the Shade Room. Yeah, this is the Shade Room right here. Because I thought Boosie had something to say about it, and I wanted to cover that. But if he didn't, then oh yeah, Boosie speaks on the $50 million. Okay, yes. Okay. So I haven't read this. I literally just saw the green thing earlier before I went on live, and oh god, I hate the way the screen is. And I wanted to read it because apparently people care about what Boosie has to say. I mean, it's not like, I mean, whatever. Anyways, this is what Boosie had to say. She heard should I do the Boosie voice for those of y'all? Shout out to the new people in the building. I be doing voices. I don't know if I could do Boosie. She heard, nah, I'm not even gonna do it. She heard he was about to get that $10 million. I'm sick of these hoes. I'm sick of these hoes, man. On they be knowing they can probably get a couple milli to get it, to make it go away. Y'all making it bad for women and men. Oh my gosh, that's what I be saying all the time. Y'all be making it bad for the. Oh my god, I was about to scratch. They say I gotta pat my head, but then they say that's feminine though. I need a pick for this. Anyways, y'all be making it bad for women and men. Successful men go be scared to talk. God, Boosie, hold on. Let's start this from the top. Jesus Christ, I can't do his voice with his spelling. She heard he was about to get that 100 million. I'm sick of these hoes. On they be knowing they can probably get a couple million to make it go away. Y'all making it bad for women and men. Successful men, don't be scared. Go talk to women. Shaking my head. I'm sick of y'all broke pussy hoes taking this route to get money. Go to San Francisco, meet some tech guys and sell that. All right, yeah, nah. Boosie got to get protected. Boosie must be protected at all costs. Go sell that punani and get rich, man. Oh, okay. This is we saw that and we heard that. All right. So that's Boosie's opinion, and that's pretty much how I felt when I first heard everything. For sure, and part of me still do, but Shannon Sharpe does need to take accountability for, like, you're too successful to be talking like that over the phone. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be smarter than your anger. You understand? Like, if you're upset, I understand people say things that they don't mean. Things can get easily taken out of context. But bro, you're talking to an OF model. First of all, what is oh God, maybe I'm just not successful enough. I don't understand. I'd figure that you're too, bro. What do I look like? Even actually, not. I remember my biggest fear was impregnating some chick and having like a baby. Sorry, everybody that got baby mamas. Shout out to the baby mamas, baby daddies. Listen, I ain't trying to, but that's like my biggest fear, not having a family, having a kid grow up. So I'm just like, yo, bro, I don't got nowhere near the money, not even a fraction of the money this guy got. And he's having conversations with OF models. Like, you're so tied in with an OF model that she can make you get out of character. If somebody can get you upset, that means you care about them to some degree, or at least you care about the situation. You know what I mean? And this is just like, yo, bro, like yo, bro, if I'm Shannon Sharpe, a random OF model, bro, it would be a privilege for you to even have my number, let alone for you to be getting me upset. You niggas be hustling backwards, bro. I don't understand, bro. I grew up on Big Pimpin', bro. Y'all are wildin'. Crystal says, get a hairpin to keep. Yeah, I know. I gotta get the hairpin. You know what I mean? You know, your boy Breathe Easy got braids now. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get my before I get too old. I'm trying to rock the braids. Get a hairpin, tearing your scalp with your nail. No, that's a factor. I gotta get it together, Crystal. But anyways, yeah, man. I don't know what's going on, bruh. You know what I mean? It's a spice-tastic situation. Oh yeah, you know what? Actually, nah, I'll do a separate story on this one because I think this is important as well. But let's go to DJ Vlad. All right. I want to talk about DJ Vlad. Okay, 25 minutes. That sounds about right. That sounds about right to me, y'all. I like it's almost as if I know what I'm doing. It's almost as if I know what I'm doing right now. Okay, DJ Vlad. All right. Boom. This is what I want to talk about. All right. So, you know what I mean? I remember doing a video on this years ago, you know what I mean? And I remember most of the story. I'm going to try and recall most of it from memory because ain't nobody got time to be researching right now for this topic or whatever. But you know what's a shame though? It almost seems as if you figured the apology would go just as viral as the disrespect. And this is what I'm trying to say. Before I say what I'm about to say, I briefly read through the comments and people do not accept DJ Vlad's apology. And before I get outside information, I want to get my feelings on this story out before I read and hear other things because whatever. But anyways, let's watch the apology and then we'll get into everything that I feel. Just buckle up. I got a lot to say about this one.
I don't want to have this turn into, something that it's not. You see what I'm saying? I talked about this person, me and this person, I'm willing to have a conversation with him, but if he doesn't want to have it, that's totally fine.
My apologies. This isn't the apology. This is, I think I got to find it real quick. Hold on a second. Bear with me.
Said some people, accept it, some people don't. But Farrakhan saying something that triggered violence or triggered, right? Like I've never heard to Minister Farrakhan for mis-
Not a weakness, it's an attribute.
Yeah. And let me be clear. I'd like to apologize to Minister Farrakhan for misquoting him back in 2020. Period.
There you go.
No ifs, but, or anything else like that. Point blank, period. This is what I'm doing on your show.
Now that's honorable.
Thank you.
That's honorable.
And also, let me just say, this was not a decision based on pressure by anybody, by financial duress. It's not like I have to do this.
Hold on. Big shout out to Willie D. Willie D, don't strike me down, homie. Don't strike me down. I don't know if I could play your videos or not. Big shout out to Willie D. Hold on a second.
In order to turn the company around. The company's been doing fine all these years. It's not because I'm trying to get to a certain guest and by doing this and so forth. No, there's no reason behind this except for it's the right thing to do. And I'm fully aware that a lot of people are going to hear this and say, fuck your apology. It's too late. We're not going to accept it. Whatever. And that's fine because this is not for those people. This is something that I felt I should do. And some people will accept it and some people won't. And I'm fully aware going into that, what I'm doing.
All right. Let's address it. So, Vlad was 100% wrong in what he did. I remember he grossly misquoted Farrakhan. People came to him with the evidence of his gross misinterpretation of what Farrakhan did not say. And when presented with these facts and evidence, he refused to apologize. And I think he was like dancing around the bush. I think he said, yo, I took the video down. Basically, it was a non-apology. And I remember being like, yo, Vlad, like, you got to know where you at. You know what I mean? Like, excuse me. I got to do that away from the mic next time. I'm like, yo, Vlad, you got to know where you at. You know what I mean? Like Farrakhan is more than just And it's hard for somebody who's not familiar with the Nation of Islam to understand the concept of Farrakhan. Farrakhan isn't like a leader of a group. Like, this man is damn near a walking, living prophet. Like these, like one of my mans, like I'm very familiar. Like, they look at Farrakhan, like you would almost think they worship Farrakhan, but they don't. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Muslims, the Nation of Islam out there. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, Vlad, we're talking about religion. We're talking about a whole group of people. And we're also more importantly talking about facts. You were wrong. You know what I mean? You don't want to be mischaracterized. And he's Jewish, which makes it even worse. You know what I mean? It's like, God, like all the, it almost seems like, nah, bro, like I'm going to disrespect Farrakhan because you know, I'm sticking up for my people or something like that. You know what I mean? There's maybe some sort of heritage, I don't know, something in his blood that felt boiled by Farrakhan that could be the only thing to explain the fact that he was standing down. And he lost so many friends. Lord Jamar, this is why Godfrey and Lord Jamar, the top talent. Lord, I don't care. I mean, shout out to Boosie, shout out to 1090 Jake, Academics. All of these people are Lord Jamar's sons. You understand me? Shout out to them. They great at what they do. But nobody was like Lord Jamar on DJ Vlad. And his biggest guest, and Godfrey was like second. Godfrey was like number 2 over there back then. And they both walked away from. I think that's why he fell out with Nick Cannon. So many people he fell out with, to where it was hard for you to think that he just doesn't have some sort of anger and hatred towards this man, period. You understand? It's just like, damn, where is this coming from? You know what I mean? And then after that, you also got the history of you know, I don't want to get too much into the history because your boy trying to stay monetized. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to get too thin, but he's Jewish. You understand? And the environment he's in may not be conducive to that. You understand? So I'm not saying that you haven't made headways in this space, but you should tiptoe. You understand? You should tread lightly. Okay. Now that I got that out the way, going through the comments, and not that I didn't want to spend too much time on the comments before I did this live, because I noticed the opinions that were in the comments were very strong. They seemed like they were coming from a very determined place, but it was against what I initially assumed. I'm the type of person where, yo, bro, there's a few things that you can do to me to where if you really come to me and apologize, I won't accept it. You know what I mean? I'm that type of person. I be acting like a tough guy, but really, I mostly take all apologies. That's just the type of person I am. I don't know. Maybe I get it. I don't know who I get it from. And more importantly, that's what they was asking him for in the first place. The whole thing, I remember, was just apologize. Please, just apologize. And to be honest with you, I don't want somebody to apologize because I'm telling them to apologize. I want somebody to apologize because they feel like they need to apologize. And if that takes time, I would rather the real apology than the fake one. I'm not telling you to do business with Vlad. I'm not telling you to go kumbaya. Let's do a Minister Farrakhan DJ Vlad interview. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you guys got to open up a little bit more, bro. Like, but I say this because based on the comments, and I'm sure I probably got some here as well. Like, I don't know everything, but I had to get that out because just in case, like, maybe I do see something and change my mind, but I just want to solidify that first. Like, because hold on, let's look at the comments. Let's look at the comments. And it's like this. I actually saw this on Rissa Islam's page, as a matter of fact. And oh my gosh, the comments on his thing were crazy. But look, these are the top comments. Y'all, he tell Charles, y'all ain't tell Charleston White. Okay, no, that's not. He apologized. Y'all still mad. Oh, actually, okay, all right. Vlad is not worthy of being a fly in the room with Farrakhan. He forgot he was saying. He forgot what he was saying because he was lying. Now, there's just a bunch. Vlad already. People like. He doesn't want to apologize to Farrakhan. He wants an interview so he can put it on his platform and get views. He's not apologetic at all. Culture vulture at his best. And like, okay, and these are for the most part the sentiment of what people are saying about Vlad's apology. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't seen this full interview, but the bits that I've seen, I'm dying to watch this interview, like this, the full thing, because it seems like there's a lot that was covered. But I mean, I don't really know, bro. I'm not telling you to make business with him, but yo, like the man apologized. That's what you was looking for. I guess it's up to you to accept it or not. But it's not like now it's almost like you're bullying. It's almost like I remember in school, you know what I mean? Like I used to hate people that just bullied people that wasn't trying to fight back. You know what I mean? It's just like, all right, he gave up. He doesn't want to fight back. So it's just like you could keep that in the arsenal. You know what I mean? You could make sure like you'd be like, yeah, look, he was wrong. Don't do business or like whatever. But I just don't know, bro. Like I would rather people be like, hey, yo, like word, Vlad, let's maybe we can have a meeting of the minds or whatever, something. But I don't know I don't know what's going on, bro. Let's see. It's not a sincere apology to me. Okay. All right. Well, maybe we should watch the full video. What makes you think it's not sincere? Because I almost like the and you already know what it is, Crystal. Thank you for tapping in. You know what it is. But in my head, I'm over here thinking to myself, like, if this, like it wouldn't have been sincere back then. I don't think he's getting pressure now. Although he's definitely making less money now than he was before. You know what I mean? The views are dropping, things are changing. You know what I mean? Like he relies on network more. Like it's a lot different over there. So I do think that may have something to do with it, even though he claims that it doesn't. But what about this people think is not sincere? You know what? Let's. I don't want to like. I don't know if Willie D be copywriting, but let's just go to a random part because this whole thing is about Farrakhan. Let's just dissect something real quick, and maybe I'll have a better idea of what y'all talking about. Let's go right here. Let's see what's up.
It just is what it is. So I think that answers your question in terms of why it's presented that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to have a conversation with Farrakhan?
I was always willing to have a conversation with Farrakhan. And that's, if I want to address some of the misconceptions,
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. What am I missing here? Isn't that what we want? Crystal, talk to me. Okay, here we go. He needs to stay out of black businesses. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. That's fair. It's not a sincere apology. He needs to stay out of black businesses. All right. So then it's up to, you know what then? So boom. So then it would be up to Minister Farrakhan to shut that interview down. You know what I mean? And he has every right to do so. If Minister Farrakhan goes, listen, you know what? I've done that before. Even though I do I said few. There's a few things people can do, and it has been done before. Where it's just like, all right, I got your apology, but I'm not rocking with you. You know what I mean? So if Farrakhan comes out and says that, you can't be more offended than the person he was talking about, right? Like, and please, anybody watching this, forgive me for my ignorance. I understand this is very touchy, and I'm not too familiar with all the nuances. And I definitely respect y'all. You know what I mean? I respect y'all, and I'm very humble. That's why I'm trying to stay away from the jokes right now because I'm not fully tapped in. But in my brain, I'm like, all right, the man that you wanted to apologize this whole time just apologized. It almost feel like, yo, like there'd be so much more to gain with a conversation than there would be without one. But I could understand if you're like, yo, you know what, bump that. We've seen these type of faces before coming in with a white flag and then out of nowhere, it's a red flag. You know what I mean? Almost like a Trojan horse type of thing. And if that's how you feel, I could understand that. But in that situation, it's like if that happens in business, like you just go separate ways. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but I think it would be an opportunity lost. I'm not gonna, hey, yo, stop it, bro. Hold on. Who's that? Hey, yo, that's Marco. What up, Marco? Marco's in the building, man. Long time viewer of the channel. Damn near day one, y'all. Marco's in the building, bro. Shout out to Marco. I didn't even know you was in the building, family. Marco's, hey, he's back. Hey, let's get it, man. Shout out to Marco in the building, man. It's always good to see you. Boom. So, all right. So, boom. So, I'm like, yo, this would be an opportunity lost. You understand? It's like, like in my brain, I'm like, you could gain so much more from a conversation. You don't gotta kumbaya. You can argue. Yo, bro, like this actually the strongest relationships I have. We're always debating. We're always going back and forth. You know what I mean? Like, especially with friends, the strongest relationships that I have. I'm not relation, not like girl, you know what I mean? Not like partner, life partner type shit. I'm talking about friendships, you know what I mean? Like it's debating, you know what I mean? Learning new things. I was just debating with my bro. He came over to help me move he helped me. I bought a new stove. Anyway, we was debating, and I remember saying, yo, I fucking love this nigga, bro, because it's like we just be going back and forth, but it's all love. You know, I said that. I was like, yo, bro, I rock with you heavy, bro. You know what I mean? I ain't say I love you and all that, because that's, you know what I mean? Real niggas in the building. But still, though, you know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't know. But then again, you know, we're dealing with religion, you know what I mean? We're dealing with and I've learned too, you don't talk about politics and religion, but it's really religion, you know what I mean? It's really religion, you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Like I'm not a part of the Nation of Islam to say, yo, you know what I mean? I'm just an outside observer, you know what I mean? And I think there would be so much more to gain. New job, new time, off work. Let's get busy. Yeah, Marco, that's what I'm talking about, family. Gang reunion. All we need is She-Devil, bro. Hold on, no. Let me put. We need She-Devil. We need oh my god, Dharma Agent. We need Dharma Agent. We need all type of heads here, man. It's the whole gang is back, bro. It's over, man. Vlad is only doing the apology due to his viewership going down. I don't believe you. You need more people. Listen, Marco, that was one of the first things I thought about. That's on my life. I'm not even trying to, you know what I mean? I swear on everything. I remember saying to myself, it is pretty convenient as soon as your channel's doing the lowest I've ever seen. You know what I mean? And y'all know me, bro. I be watching Vlad every now and then. But I used to watch Vlad every day. You know what I mean? For some reason, maybe the YouTube algorithms are not in his favor anymore. And I thought to myself, yo, bro, that is kind of convenient. You know what I mean? Like, you coming out with that now. You about to go viral with this now. Like, was you saving this in your back pocket? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But then again, if Willie D came out and was like, yo, listen, nah, Vlad been apologized in private. You know what I mean? He told me this a few years ago. That might change. Actually, no, it wouldn't change things because it was a public event. So he should have made the moment he felt this. I take that back. Vlad only had a 30-day. As soon as Vlad felt like he needed to apologize, he should have made this public, actually. So you know what I mean? It's going down. Trust your first instinct, family. I know, actually. Yeah, that's a factory. That's a factory. I don't know, y'all. I don't know, man. I still think it would be worth. This is why I be watching Fox News. I be watching what's that other channel? Like all my I be listening to the other sides of things to see how people justify things and see, you know what I mean, what's going on. But I know with religion is different. Like when I was younger, I used to be but like with religious stuff, it gets different. Some things that you won't give it a pass. You won't give it the time of day. You absolutely won't take any passes on that. He blamed what he said on people around him. I don't believe it. Oh yes, you know what? So you saw that part, right, Marco? I saw that part too. Let's break this video down. Shout out to Willie D. Listen, y'all gotta go catch the full video on Willie D's channel. It looks like it's gonna be a great interview. Shout out to Willie D. Yo, Willie D, don't copyright this one, man. Hold on a second.
First, misquoted him. I had a relationship with the Nation of Islam. There was a guy I dealt with. I don't remember his name, but he was one of the people around Farrakhan. I had talked to him on a number of occasions. I'd actually used him to book security. So I had an NOI security guy that I used every so often, for certain situations where I felt.
Let's see if we could find that part where he says that his friends got him into this, because I didn't see that full part, but I think there is something to that. So let's break that down. Let me look for that real quick.
Thank you. I also interviewed Malcolm forth. So I had with the Nation. Sorry, what was the question again? I lost my train of thought a little bit.
I asked you, would you be willing to sit down with
Right, sorry. Thank you. So when this whole thing happened, the first phone call I got was from the guy I dealt with in the NOI. And the first thing he said was, hey, let's address this misquote. Do an interview with Nuri Muhammad about it. And I said, well, that doesn't make any sense because I wasn't talking about Nuri. I was talking about Farrakhan. So I'm not going to have a conversation with someone who I wasn't talking about the person I was talking about. But if he's open.
This is where the disconnect happens. I already see where this is going. Y'all think you can just talk to Farrakhan like he's a regular person. I'm telling you, they look at that man like a prophet. Like they really look like you can't just say I want to hold on. Let's see what's going on.
To it, I'm willing to have a conversation with Farrakhan about it on or off camera. And he said, oh, well, you're just trying to get content. I said, well, no, I'll do it with your cameras. I'll go to his location. You guys could film it. You guys could edit it. You guys could put it out. I think this would be good for the Jewish community and the Muslim community right now. But he said, well, no, that's not going to happen. And I said, okay, that's fine. I respect it. And then that got twisted into Vlad will only apologize if he gets an interview with Farrakhan, which honestly was never said. It was never said like that.
What if you had said something?
President? Yes, I would. But
Maybe
different things from different parties around him. But at the end of the day, I just felt that it wasn't something that made sense to me.
Than the president,
yeah,
to us. So that's why we have that type of reverence for him. And that's why Royce the 5'9" said what he said about you.
I think that was important. Yeah, it's almost like asking to sit down with like the king of a nation or something like that. It'd almost be, that's like saying like, yo, can I, like, I was talking about Trump, like I'll sit down and talk with Trump. It's almost like, huh? Like, you know what I mean? But it's easy for somebody to like get that misconstrued. I guess I don't see that part. Maybe it's in the longer version, but you know, as grown men, you know what I mean, we make decisions that we got to stand by, and if we can't stand by those decisions, we got to make them right. You understand? So, you know, if the world is crumbling around you and you're blaming the people around you for leading you in a bad direction, then you know, I feel like it's a cop out. I wish I had the time. Let me do a little bit more searching. If we can't find it, then we'll call it. But I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Us.
Okay.
Loves Farrakhan for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like we look at him like we're not worshiping him. What we're doing is respecting him.
Mm-hmm.
We respect the work that he put in and the sacrifices that he made. So we don't. So when
today, you can't take a person's whole story and say, well, I don't like this one phrase he used on this one day and throw away all the other accomplishments. That's just not fair.
Right.
And at the end of the day, also, it's just words, right? Like, I've never heard of Farrakhan saying something that triggered violence or triggered economic.
You cannot name one person.
Was not a decision based on.
I cannot accept on anybody else's behalf but mine. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I can't find it, but I maybe next stream, maybe next stream I'll be able to find it. Vlad is half Rusky, half small hat. Farrakhan says stays in the small hats bumpers. So I get why he said what he said. Don't make it right though. Okay, all right. Yeah, I don't believe him. It's not easy to access Farrakhan. So many brothers around. Yeah, he got like the secret, like he got the NOI. You know what I mean? Is that what it is? The fruit of his is that? Anyway, I don't want to butcher anything. You know what I mean? I've been to a mosque once before. Actually no, twice before. And yeah, man, listen. Let's see what y'all think about this down in the comment section, man. You know the vibes. Like and subscribe at the same damn time. We've been here 49 minutes, y'all. Oh wait, did I have a third one? Oh, nah, the thing that old girl called about. Hold on. So let's switch gears. Oh wait, what's this? What's going on? Hold on. Oh, okay. So If you've been watching this full stream, you would know that this stream started off with a conversation with me on the phone. Somebody saw that I was going live and they wanted me specifically to talk about this story. I have no idea any background of this story other than the fact that there is a senator out there that wants to remove consensual sex education. No, actually, you know what? Let's read the bill. Let's read the bill. All right. Let's see what's going on. In Indianapolis, a bill surrounding sexual education curriculum requirements in the state of Indiana may change a requirement surrounding teaching teens about consent within the state, causing debate at recent committee hearings. Senate Bill 442, titled Instruction on Human Sexuality, was written by Indiana State Republican Senators Gary Byrne, Jeff Ratz, and Michael Young. According to the Indiana General Assembly's website, the bill centers around school districts obtaining consent from parents before materials are added to sex ed. Oh, that's what they're talking about? Oh, come on. These niggas got me. Okay. According to Indiana's General Assembly's website, the bill centers around school districts obtaining consent from parents before materials are added to sex ed courses. After the bill passed, the Indiana Senate and the Indiana House of Representatives added 2 amendments, one of which added a requirement that materials include a video that shows students developing fetus. Okay. Another addition include the teaching of the importance of consent in sexual situations. Okay. I think that's important, right? Okay. At first I thought they were talking about consent from the parent wanting their kid to be. I'm like, how can anybody think? But okay, let's read on. Let's see what's going on. Included in the instructions, the importance of consent to sexual activity between 2 individuals. The amendment added to the original bill. However, during a recent conference committee on the bill, consisting of lawmakers in both the Indiana Senate and the Indiana House of Representatives, that particular amendment, which was added to the bill, was taken out of one of the bill's original authors. Oh, it was taken out by the by the original bill. Okay. Bernie, a Republican from Craydon, said that school boards should be able to choose whether or not the curriculum should include the topics surrounding the importance of consent to sexual activity. Okay, we got more to read, but I know exactly what's going on here. And this is I know I gotta keep it cool. I'm gonna try and say this without anger. I know what's happening here. It's just a Democrat did it, so it gotta be wrong. That's what's happening here. I don't even need to read the full article. Or it doesn't even be a Democrat. It could have been a Republican, like whatever. The other side did it, so it gotta be wrong. Hold on, can y'all see the screen? You see this buffoonery? The other side did it, so it gotta be wrong. Watch, let me read this. Watch, I bet you that's what it is. Hold on. This can still happen, he said during the meeting. We're just not going to require it in the bill. In response to Bernie, Indiana State Rep Tanya Piff, a Democrat from Terry, said that she does not understand how lawmakers could not agree that teaching consent is an important part of sexual education. It protects both boy and girl, men and women, she said. We are talking about teenagers who sometimes don't learn that they can say no. Excuse me. To me, this is just we're just protecting our youth. So I just need an explanation for why you would take that out. Byrne said he did not disagree with what Piff said, but said that the bill was going to allow local entities to decide. We don't have time to get into a debate on that. I understand your concern and appreciate that, Bernie said. Byron, his name is Byron. This is a decision that I made to not have in there. It doesn't mean it can't be done. I agree with what you're trying to do. Local school boards can still do that. No, 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 sir. Sir, no. All right. Um, yo, you know what's crazy? They don't even care about the alley oops anymore. This is like an alley oop for anybody. The only reason why you would put this in is because you're literally putting your pettiness about your party over the kids, over the children. I don't care what the individual school, what school district isn't going to allow consent? What school district isn't going to allow consent to be taught during the classes? There's only one other option. If you're not consenting, then that means you're doing the opposite of that. Or even if you don't, like, why wouldn't you teach it? You know what I mean? Like, this is disgusting. And not for nothing. And I don't want to, like, let's just say, bro, my era was toxic. Thank God I turned out okay. But Lord knows that I think it's important because, yo, bro, actually not. Anyways, my era was toxic. Thank God I came out okay. I think it's important that we teach consent. You know what I mean? I think that's important. Even when it comes to touching, you know what I mean? Like, think about a father sending his daughter to school. She getting her ass smacked up by random dudes who think it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, if you need to be taught that as a kid. You need to be taught. I swear to God, trust me, you need to be taught that. You understand? Like you can't. There's certain things that need to be established. And although I think we are getting, like, we just had the Shannon Sharpe story and there's a lot of talk going on, but dog, like, who's going to disagree with this? I got to call it out for what it is. I don't even need to read anymore, bro. It's clear. Let's see what's going on. Hold on a second. Oh, wow. I wasn't even, wow. Oh my gosh. And I was cooking too. The audio went out. Hold on. I got you, Crystal. I was cooking too. Hold on a second. This is what she said. So Byron continued to respond that he would like it to be left up to the control of like the districts or whatever. And so she responded by, wait, what district would allow, would not want to teach this? Like, are you insulting my state right now? So she goes, so there must be places where you don't talk about consent when you're dealing with young women and their rights. She responded, where are those places in my state? Are you insulting my state? Yeah, because everybody in that state, this is where the rubber hits the road, when you got to choose your country over your party. And everybody that's choosing your party, you guys are the scum of the earth. I'm telling you right now. I promise you, bro. And I don't even talk like that. But we're literally talking about education, consent. We're not talking about. Remember, they had an excuse with oh my God, they're taking out Black history and all that shit in Florida or whatever. You know what I mean? They tried to get away. They did some voodoo gymnastics and they made that go through. And somehow now they're trying to make consent not being taught. We don't need to leave it up to any districts. You understand? What's really happening here is the fact that people are picking their party. They want to beef it out. They want to tit for tat it. They don't want to get nothing done. And I said I wasn't gonna be angry. I said I was gonna keep it cool, which is what I'm gonna do. But like, it's very infuriating. Does anybody disagree? Because I would love to talk to you. I swear to God, I would. I would really love to talk to you. Like this is what's happening in front of your face. They are putting their party over their country, and you should be ashamed of yourselves. This is what I've been seeing, and every time I make a video of it, people find excuses or whatever, bro. Like, and you know what? Here's the thing. I used to think, no way, you can't find an excuse for this, bro. They find an excuse for everything. I guarantee you, there are people out there right now, I promise you, that are like, yeah, leave it up to the districts. We don't need an overall education. Maybe somebody, because if you say that, you're saying that you want there to be schools who don't want to teach consent to exist. You understand? That's what you're saying. You're saying that not teaching consent should exist. You understand? And so if that's what you're saying, bro, just because that's like saying, you know, when people say, yo, if somebody told you to jump off a bridge, would you do it? Or like, no, if you saw your friend, your parents used to tell you this growing up. If you saw your friends jumping off a bridge, would you do it? Apparently half the country would. Apparently half the oh man, shout out to the Trump supporters. I gotta, because I don't hate y'all. I don't want to talk down on y'all, but like, these people make you look crazy, bro. And every time you don't stand up to blatant buffoonery, my nigga, it's just like, yo, how can I be objective about anything else that comes out your mouths? Bro, it's crazy, bro. Every Republican in that state should be holding Senator what's this guy's name? I gotta make sure I get it right. Response to Byron. Anyways, everybody, I'll put it in the comments or whatever. Everybody should be like flaming this guy. You understand? Like Republicans send their daughters to school. Don't you care about your kids? You trust me, I promise you, consent needs to be taught. You know what I mean? I know right now we in a different era, it's less toxic, but trust me, bro, things need to be taught. These kids don't know everything like that, bro. Trust me. And I'm not like, obviously, like, you know, what Shannon Sharpe is being accused of is blatantly wrong. But a kid might not know he shouldn't grab a girl's butt straight up and down. He might not know that. Or actually, wasn't y'all getting upset about that kid from from Power, Tariq, because that girl grabbed his ball sack? Like some people don't know you're not really supposed to do that. That's why when I see this, I'd be like, yo, come on, bro. It's just, yeah, I mean, but I grew up in that era, but it's just like, yo, like, you know what I mean? Thank God I turned out okay. But like, I could definitely see somebody not turning out okay. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know what I mean? It's just, you're putting your party over your country, and it's disgusting. And I'd love to have a conversation with anybody who feels like that's not what's happening here, bro. They don't care. They don't want consent taught, so little girls think it's normal to be violated. That's why they want abortions banned across the country. Next up, birth control ban. Yo, listen, Chris, at this point, I don't put nothing past nobody, bro. I don't put nothing past nobody, man. It's just like, you know how I'd be like, with the cops, I'd be like, yeah, like, you can't tell me there's good cops because the good ones are standing next to the bad ones and they're not calling it out. It's this. I can say the same thing with this, but at the same time, though, I'm never gonna shut them out. You can't shut them out because we'll suffocate ourselves. This is the type of shit that suffocates us, though. You know what I mean? Like blatant stuff like this, like is when they do something that is clearly wrong, but because it's coming from their side, they call it right. That's what's suffocating us. It's not even we're supposed to have. That's why with the whole Vlad thing, I was like, yo, don't we want to have a conversation? But like, I guess that's a little bit different. But it's just like, yo, bro, like this is the type of stuff that suffocates us. And I'm speaking on across the board. You know what I mean? I hate when people are so entrenched in their politics that they feel as if I have some sort of, if somebody's telling you that what you're doing is wrong, you must have some sort of ulterior motive, or like you want them to vote Democrat, or like you want them to vote Republican. No, I want you to vote for what's right. You know what I mean? I want you to vote for what's right. This is crazy, man. Now my blood pressure going up. Your boy perspirating all up. I can't do this, bruh. I can't do it, man. Police be violating women the most. Come on now. You saw that video on my live. This is running up right now. Like some police officer was over there flirting. Damn near, if he didn't have a body cam, they would have been in the back seat. Actually, speaking of back seat, you remember that police officer that got caught in the back seat? He locked himself in. She was kind of thick though. I ain't even gonna lie. You know what I mean? But regardless though, like these people be taking advantage. Like you got to teach this stuff. What are you guys trying to normalize? There's a bunch of weirdos out there. You know what I mean? So it's just like, Blood pressure going up, Crystal. Crystal, I gotta take a break, girl. I gotta take a break, Crystal. Hey, yo, big shout out to everybody in the building. You know, I appreciate your viewership. Make sure you like the stream, y'all. You know, you see the kid. I'm trying to do my 1-2 buckling my shoe. Like the stream, man. You know, I appreciate y'all, man. For real, for real. Marco's in the building. Crystal's in the building. Who's that? Jill of all trades is in the building. Hey, yo, everybody in the building right now. I appreciate y'all, man. You know the vibes, man. I need you to like and subscribe at the same damn time. At the same time, hit the litty for the titty on the chizzy, man. I just got oh man, I got a few things going on right now. You know what? I'll touch upon it later, but shout out to all the new people in the building. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all. Oh, yo, one of my favorite, man, I ain't even trying to glaze, but one of my favorite YouTubers tapped in with the kid, man. I was like, oh, snap, that's how this going down. So shout out to homie, you know what I mean? Shout out to everybody tapping in with the kid, man. It's going down. No more TikTok slander coming out my mouth. Hey, yo, follow me on all platforms, you heard? Follow me on all platforms. It's going down, you heard? Anyways, I'm out of here, y'all. I'm hot. I'm out of here, man. Shout out to Crystal, Jill of all trades, Marco, man. God damn, dog. It's so good to see you, Marco. I ain't even gonna hold you. Marco, it's been a long time, family. It's been a long time. She was thicker than a Snickers, bro. You know the video. I did a video on that on my channel, bro. I was like, God damn. Hit the litty for the titty or the chizzy, man. You know the vibes. Like and subscribe. I'm out of here, man. Peace. Oh, man.